Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Okay, so I want to get into a lesson starting off in Ezekiel in the 9th chapter and the 4th verse. So Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson to the elect. So I'll go ahead and I'll get straight into it. This is Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, and to him is speaking about the angel. Okay, continuing on. Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. That's right. It says go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. And we know that we're a people before a place. So we know that this is speaking about the nation of Israel. Okay, continuing on. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. That's right, it says, and set a mark upon the foreheads. And when you go into that word marked, in the Hebrew it's the wa, which means exempt from judgment. Okay, so we understand that this mark will be placed upon the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, so I'll read this from the top again. And set a mark, again, that word mark in the Hebrew is the wa, which means exempt from judgment, upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. That's right. And who are the ones that's truly sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof? The elect. Okay, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. We call ourselves the hopeful elect. We are the ones that's truly sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. Okay, every day we get up in this place is extremely vexing. Okay, seeing that Esau Edom is still in rulership, ruling in complete wickedness. Okay, spreading his wicked philosophies throughout the earth. Okay, seeing that this place is greatly polluted. Okay, under the rulership, under the vibration of Esau Edom. Okay, we are the ones that's truly sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Okay, so we know that this mark that's in Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4, which is the Y in the Hebrew, which means exempt from judgment, will be set upon the foreheads of the elect. Okay, the ones that's truly sighing and crying, man. Okay, continuing on. This is Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 5. And to the others, he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. That's right. So the ones of you that don't have that mark that it speaks about in Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4, we know that the angels are going to get busy on you, man. Okay, we know that you're going to be left out here to get destroyed, man. Okay, you won't be protected, man. Okay, the scripture goes into it in Psalms chapter 34 and verse 7 about how the angel of the Lord encampeth round about him that fear him and delivereth him. Okay, who are the ones that truly fear the Lord? The elect. Okay, so we know that the elect are the ones that's going to be protected and ultimately delivered up out of this place, man. Okay, continuing on. This is Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. That's right. So it doesn't matter if you're old. It doesn't matter if you're 80, 99 years old. It doesn't matter if you're a newborn baby, man. Okay, it doesn't matter, you know, if you're a little girl, okay, a small child, okay, a woman, okay, if you don't have that mark that it speaks about in Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4, which is the Y in the Hebrew, which means exempt from judgment, you're going to get destroyed, man. Okay, so I read this again. This is Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark. That's right. So the ones that have that the wa, they're going to be protected, man. Okay, continuing on. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. That's right. And we understand that judgment will begin with our people, man. So let me get this in 1 Peter. All right. Let me go to 1 Peter, the 4th chapter. Okay. Get this. This is 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. That's right. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. So we understand that judgment will begin with us. Okay, judgment will begin with our people. Okay, the ones of the circumcision. Okay, the ones of you that know that you're Israelites, man. Okay, we know that judgment will begin with us, man. Okay, continuing on. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? That's right. So we understand that the ones of you that obey not the gospel of the Most High, we know that you're certainly going to get destroyed, man. Okay, that's what's going to happen, man. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll get what else I had. All right, let me go to Isaiah, the 51st chapter. Okay, let me go to Isaiah, the 51st chapter, and I'll start at the 14th verse. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 14. The captive exile hastening that he may be loose. That's right. It says the captive exile hastening that he may be loose. Okay, and we understand that the captive exile is speaking about our people, man. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, it says hastening that he may be loose. That's right. It says hastening that he may be loose. And who are the ones that's truly hastening that he may be loose? The elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. We call ourselves the hopeful elect. We are the ones that's truly hastening that we may be loose, man. Okay, but you see 2/3 of our people, the wicked of our people, they're completely submerged, indulged in this place, man. Okay, they're indulged in the folly, okay, that's going on throughout the earth. Okay, a lot of our people, they're not concerned about what's going on in the news. They're not concerned about what's going on in the world, man. Okay, you see that they're loving it here. They're enjoying, you know, their lives under the rulership of Esau, Edom, man. Okay, so the wicked of our people, they're not looking forward to getting released from this place, man, from being loose, man. Okay, continuing on. And that he should not die in the pit. Okay, and we understand that the pit is going into this system. Okay, continuing on. Nor that his bread should fail. That's right, it says, nor that his bread should fail. So we know that the elect of the nation of Israel won't be disappointed, man. Okay, the elect of the nation of Israel won't be left down here to get destroyed. Okay, we know it's coming to this place. Okay, we know that America, which is Babylon the Great, will be destroyed during World War III, the third woe. We know what's going to be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble. We know that it's going to be bloodshed throughout these cities. Okay, we know that women will be raped. We know it's going to be children that's going to get put to death. It's going to get extremely bad. Okay, but we know that the elect will be protected and ultimately delivered up out of this place. Okay, we understand that the elect of the nation of Israel will not be confounded, man. Okay, so let me get what else I had. All right, let me get this in Zechariah, the 13th chapter. Okay, and I'll start the 8th verse. This is Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, and that land is speaking about America, which is Babylon the Great. Okay, that's that land that is speaking about. Continuing on, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. That's right, it says 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. So we understand that 2 parts, 2/3 of our people will be cut off here in America, which is Babylon the Great. Okay, we understand that they're going to die here. Okay, continuing on, but the 3rd shall be left therein. That's right, it says, but the 3rd shall be left therein. Okay, and we understand the 3rd is speaking about the 1/3, the elect that's here in America, which is Babylon the Great, that'll be protected and ultimately delivered up out of this place, man. Okay, but we know before this place, America, which is Babylon the Great, is destroyed, we know that the CHIP, which is the MOTB, has to be made mandatory. Okay, and it will be made mandatory. You won't be able to buy or sell without taking that CHIP. Okay, but if you take it, you will be destroyed, man. Okay, and we know that the elect of the nation of Israel won't take the CHIP, which is the MOTB. Okay, we know that the Lord will keep the elect from the hour of temptation. Okay, so we know it's going to be a standard that's going to be lifted for the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, we know that the elect will be beamed up into the chariot when the Lord returns with the numerable amount of angels and the chariots with him, and they'll be able to see the great destruction that will come to America, which is Babylon the Great, during World War III, the third woe. We know it's going to be 200 million warheads that's going to hit this place, as well as concentrated fire is going to come from chariots. Okay, So with that said, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the elect. And I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.